Ameren is an electric and gas utility company in the Midwest.
We serve over 3 million customers.
From small towns to large metropolitan areas.
Like the people living in the communities that we serve,
Ameren has a wide variety of employees.
We know that respecting and embracing the uniqueness of every employee
Makes us stronger.
It hasn't always been that way, but it's getting better.
I grew up in St. Charles, Missouri.
Southeast Missouri, very small town.
I grew up in Mount Carmel, Illinois.
I'm from Aveston, Illinois. It's a small town, about 1,300 people.
I think I've always known I was different, and I think even at a young age I knew that I was gay.
I had thoughts, but I grew up in a very conservative area, and it wasn't ever brought up.
So I was sort of very quiet about it. I kept it all very inside.
Coming from a small town, there wasn't really a lot of diverse people around or any people that I felt like were different like me, so I kind of always knew I was different, but I just didn't know how.
So from the time I was a kid to the time I was an adult, I remember being different than a lot of people, and I remember being bullied, being perceived as sensitive.
Before I came out, I didn't know what I was. I wasn't sure of why I was feeling the way I felt. And while I was coming out, I was nervous because I didn't know how people would react.
I did lose some friends, unfortunately, because they either didn't understand or they just thought it was wrong. But at the same time, I also gained a lot of friends.
I went through a lot of destructive behavior.
It was hurtful because here you have these individuals in your life and you think that they're going to be there for you no matter what, and when push comes to shove, they judge you based on what you do, not who you actually are on the inside.
I would almost say like bouts of depression or frustration where I'd really kind of shut down. I kept to myself, I'd be a loner.
You know, tired of dancing around the whole, you know, are you dating anybody? No, I'm not kind of thing, or making up fictitious guys that I was dating.
I'd say the hardest part was coming out to my family. I wasn't sure how they would take it and if they would accept it.
I thought their worst nightmare was to hear that their brother or son was gay.
It came to a point where I finally sat my parents down and had a conversation with them and said, this is who I am.
It's funny how you realize that you're so afraid to tell the people that you love exactly who you are and what you're thinking.
The turning point would have been when I told my sister. She was my biggest fan, and she supported me. And I knew that if she accepted me, then I had nothing to lose, so it was pretty awesome.
You know, after coming out, I was able to actually be myself and talk about who I like to all my friends and just do the typical girl talk with my friends instead of hiding who I was.
I'm just totally upfront and open about everything. You either like me for who I am or you don't.
What's great for me now is I have great friends. They're there for me throughout everything. My family, they're more supportive than they've ever been.
Trust your family, give them time to accept the news. It may be shocking to them, and maybe their first reaction may not be what you desire, but over time, when they start to realize about the pain you're going through, they will come around.
Find somebody you can talk to, anybody, a peer or an adult that you can trust.
There's always going to be somebody out there that'll support you.
Just be yourself. Don't change who you are for anybody.
Love yourself, believe in yourself.
Don't give up hope.
If you follow your heart and go, just be happy.
There's plenty of things to live for, plenty of great things to come, and hang in there.
The advice I want to tell you all is that, as an ally, as your friend, don't be afraid to tell your story. Don't be afraid of who you are, what you are, and where you want to be in your life. And don't let anybody get you down.
There are so many people that are like you. There are so many people that support you.
Give everything you have every single day and be proud of who you are, because it's in your heart that matters first.
Don't ever think that you're alone, because you're not. You're not. You're among a sea of friends and supporters.
It gets better. Hang in there. Don't give up hope.
It definitely gets better, yes.
Please know it does get better.
It gets better.
I do have a message for allies too. you know? Don't be afraid to be an ally. You know, we are way past the time of, well, it's taboo to support LGBT culture.
And I think that we need more people to make a stance so that we can change the laws, and so that if members of the community want to get married and have the same rights and privileges, they should have that.
Don't be afraid to do the right thing. And the right thing is to treat people equally.
If I just sit back and say, you know, that's wrong, but, you know, hopefully it'll change, it's not going to change. People need to do something to make things change, and I want to be part of that.
And I'll tell you what, your friendship to them will mean so much more, because you put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be the good person that you are.